Hi everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Shelley. If y'all are new here, make sure to subscribe and stick around. So today I just wanted to talk about body confidence and confidence in general because, you know, it's summertime. It's bathing suit season and I just feel like there's a lot of insecurity in the air. So obviously I have not put on any makeup to film this video. Usually I do wear makeup to do sit down videos, but today I just decided to not wear any just because makeup and like the glam, that's not what makes me feel beautiful and that's not what makes me feel confident in myself. So I figured I would leave it off for this video, but I did want to talk about body confidence, confidence in general, how I became confident in who I am, finding my value through God. What does the Bible say about this subject? How can we stop comparing ourselves to each other? And just like some tips that I think may help everybody during these summer months when our bodies are a little bit more exposed, when we're at the pool and the beach and stuff like that. I felt like this video is pretty timely. Ava Jules actually filmed a video similar to this, and she's where I got some of my inspo from to film this video. So shout out Ava Jules, go check her video out. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video. At first, I was kind of hesitant to talk about this because I feel like, or I used to feel like body confidence and like that subject was kind of always talked about by like plus size women and like plus size models, which is great, but I felt like I'm obviously not a plus size person, so I felt like it wasn't my place to talk about this. But honestly, every single woman on the face of the earth has felt some level of insecurity or had, you know, insecure moments. It's so normal and natural, and it's not something that I feel like is just for plus size people to talk about, because there are all different types of bodies out there and everybody deserves to feel really confident in the skin that they're in. But whether it's being too fat, too skinny, or maybe like somewhere in between where you're like, I'm not fat, I'm not skinny, but I'm just somewhere in between, or being a man or a woman. I know men feel insecurities too. It's not just something that women feel. Maybe you've got stretch marks, cellulites, being way too tall, being way too short. It doesn't matter. Maybe you have acne. Whatever it is, every single person on the planet has felt some sort of insecurity in their life. Even Beyonce, Jennifer Aniston. I feel like there's also a strange fine line that people walk with confidence, because I feel like if you are a very confident person, sometimes people can perceive you as cocky and overly confident, but if you are insecure, then people just think you're just so obsessed with your looks and you have such low self-esteem. So it's kind of like you can't win. We live in this Instagram generation where everybody is seeing the way other people look and they're automatically comparing themselves to somebody else. What you have and who you are is never good enough, because you're always seeing somebody else and you always want what they got and you want what this person's got, and it's always about comparison and never being satisfied. I saw this post on Instagram the other day and it said, "My body is not a trend." So it was basically talking about how the standards of beauty are always changing. So you had Marilyn Monroe back in the day, who was this beautiful curvy woman, and everybody wanted to be curvy because she, you know, she had a little pudge on her stomach, she had like big hips and big thighs, and everybody thought she was so beautiful, and she was. But then you go a little bit, you know, down the line and you have the really thin 6-foot model, supermodel thigh gap that everybody wanted. Everybody wanted to be super tall and skinny and lean and have this thigh gap, and that was the trend at that time. But then you go a little bit down the line and you have all these like almost like bodybuilder women that everybody wanted to just have like a 6-pack abs and like that type of body. And now I feel like the standard of beauty in the day and age that we live in is like the Kardashian curves. Everybody wants like a really tiny waist and big hips and a big butt and big boobs, and that is like the current standard of beauty that I feel like everyone is constantly comparing themselves to. It's so easy to look at somebody else on Instagram and compare yourself to them and compare your body to them, when in reality, number one, they're probably photoshopped. The Instagram model doesn't even look like the Instagram model. They don't even look like their self. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, it probably took them like 5 million tries to get the perfect picture that you were striving so hard to get. And so that is just so toxic for your mind, because the person that you are wanting to be doesn't even look like that. It's just important to remember that social media is not the real, it's the highlight reel. It's everyone's best moment. Okay, so let's talk about some tips that can maybe help you with your mindset, because honestly, confidence and insecurities and comparison, it's all about your mindset. So the very first thing I think is viewing your body, sorry, my bed is squeaking, but viewing your body as something that keeps you living. Like, your body is something that literally keeps you alive. So if you have like more like a little pudge down there, or you have like extra meat on your stomach and like some love handles or whatever, you know there are organs in there. Like, your stomach is not meant to be literally so flat. Like, your stomach is naturally gonna stick out because you have organs in there that keep your body living, and your ribs, they expand to protect your organs. So your torso should naturally be a little bigger. It's not supposed to be like Kim Kardashian, who is literally so thin in her torso area and so big in her hips. That's not natural, and that's not normal. And also, she definitely had surgery to look like that. So that's not even something that, it's mind-blowing that people compare themselves to that. But like we're saying, it's natural, we're human. Second tip is also about your mindset, but the way you speak to yourself matters. I saw a quote one time that said something like, be careful the way you speak to yourself, because yourself is listening. It was like something like that. But instead of being like, I'm so insecure, oh my gosh, I'm just so insecure, you can just be like, I feel insecure right now. Insecurities is not something that you are. You are not insecure. It's just something that you feel. So almost just like reevaluate the way you speak to yourself. Or instead of saying like, oh my god, my thighs are just so fat, my thighs are so fat, like readjust your mindset and just be thankful you have legs at all that can walk. Your body is not something that is supposed to look aesthetically pleasing. Your body's something that keeps you living. So the way that you speak to yourself, it matters. Okay, the third tip is, obviously summer is here and everybody's gonna be going to the pool, to the beach, to the lake, to the river, whatever you do. But I know that those things are also exciting, but sometimes putting on a bathing suit feels like the most dreadful thing in the world. So my third tip is to size up in your bathing suits. Personally, for me, I like to size up in my bathing suits. Probably about like a size small, but I always get mediums because I feel like a bathing suit is something that you want to be comfortable anyway. So sizing up is good because, you know, it's not going to press your boobs down so hard, and it's not going to like squeeze your hips so hard. And I feel like it's just like more comfortable. Also, just find a bathing suit that works for you. Not everybody has the same body type, so not every bathing suit is gonna look good on every single person. Just find a bathing suit that makes you feel good and dress your body accordingly. One-piece bathing suits are cute. High-waisted bathing suits are cute. Also, like, here's an example of like finding a bathing suit that works for your body. I have gotten bathing suits before that are like the thin little strap that goes up on your hip right here, just like the little strap. But that looks so awful on me because I have like some love handles on the side, so it cuts into my skin and it makes me look like I have two rolls that probably usually wouldn't even be there. Rolls are normal, by the way. I'm just saying a thick strap bottom is something that looks better on me. I feel like it's more flattering on my body. So that is what I buy from now on to make sure that I feel more comfortable and confident when I'm wearing a bathing suit. Also, most people in a beach setting are too worried about their own self and like what they look like to be judging you. So don't sit there and be like, oh my God, everybody's probably looking at me and like I look so rough right now and I just don't feel confident. Everybody's too worried about their own self. Nobody's judging you, I promise. Okay, so here's my last tip, is to compliment other women. Do you know how good it makes another woman feel when you tell them that they look so pretty, or you love their hair, you love their makeup, or you love their bathing suit, or whatever it is, just to compliment them and tell them how beautiful they look. There's another quote, I forget how exactly it goes. Oh yeah, I know the quote now. It says something to the effect of like, another woman's beauty doesn't mean the absence of your own beauty. So you can appreciate another woman and how beautiful and how pretty she looks and tell them that, because it makes you feel good that you made her feel good. I just feel like you are you. So stop comparing yourself to other people. You're never gonna be somebody else. So there's really no point in comparison. I know it's easier said than done, because of course I do it too sometimes. I'm just saying, if you really think about it, like, you're never gonna be anybody else. You are yourself. So like, it's a waste of time and energy, really. Number one, your value comes from God. Number two, comparison is the thief of joy. I'm really hitting y'all with the quotes right now, but that is so true. Comparison is the thief of joy. You can't even appreciate your own beauty because you're too busy comparing yourself to somebody else. God made every single person exactly how he wanted them. He didn't like oopsie, like make a little oopsie on you or make a hiccup on you. He made every person the way he wanted them. When you stop comparing yourself to other people and start to be genuinely happy with the person that God made you to be, you'll naturally start to feel more confident in your own skin. I've never dealt with like an eating disorder or anything like that, so I'm not gonna like educate you on like health and fitness and stuff like that, but I feel like it is necessary to say that it's about health at the end of the day. It's not about like a size or a number on the scale. It's not about any of that. It's not about overly working out or overeating or undereating or starving yourself or like whatever. At the end of the day, it's about health. So you need to make sure that you're healthy and put good things in your body. Eat your fruits and vegetables, but also eat the slice of pizza with your family when your family's having pizza night. Don't like literally starve yourself and say you can't have that. Eat and enjoy life, but also be healthy. There are so many times that I have heard I've seen people look back on old photos of themselves and be like, oh my God, I was so thin there. I was so skinny there. Like, I wish I would have enjoyed it. I just remember being so insecure at that time in my life. And that makes me so sad, because it's like, you were really worried about like the way you were looking at that time in your life, and you weren't even enjoying your life and like enjoying what you were doing because you were so worried about the way that you look. And now, you know, 5 years down the road, you're looking at old pictures and you remember how you felt and you wish you would have just enjoyed your life. 80 years down the road, you don't want to look at photos from right now and be like, oh my God, I used to think I was so fat there. You want to look back at that photo when you're 80 years old and be like, I had the best time of my life. That was the best summer ever. Like, I looked so good in my bathing suit with my friends. And you just want to feel good about yourself. You don't want to be like, God, I wish I would have lived my life at 80 years old. You know what I mean? Like, when you think about it like that. I want to share some Bible verses quickly that really help me when I feel insecure, because I know that my value comes from God. So when I read these verses, it makes me feel, it like reassures my confidence in who God says that I am. Okay, so the very first one is Genesis 1:27, and it says, so God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them, male and female, he created them. That is good stuff, because literally God created you and me in his image to be like him, and we're out here being insecure. I bet that makes him feel like crap. The second one is Psalm 139:14. It says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. So God literally says that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And also in verse 13, the verse above that, it says, for you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. He literally, from the time before you were even born, he knit you together in your mother's womb perfectly, exactly how he wanted you. Like, in his eyes, we are so valuable, and it really hurts my heart, like, when I think about it like that, because it's like we are comparing ourselves to other people, and God literally knit us perfectly how he wanted us, how he wanted you. Like, he didn't want me to have like brown eyes. He wanted me to have blue eyes. He made me perfectly how he wanted me. I just love this. This is good stuff right here. Okay, and then we have Song of Songs 4:7. I like this one too. It says, "You are altogether beautiful, my darling. There is no flaw in you." There is no flaw in you. Literally, the Bible says that about you. I don't know how else, like, you know, I don't know what else to say to get it through my brain and your brain and all of our brains. God literally said in the Bible, you are altogether beautiful. There is no flaw in you. I just love, this is so good. This is so good. I think that's the last verse I have. I just want to like keep reading verses. I'm sure I can find more, but I feel like this video is already probably way too long and ridiculous, but I'm just like really going off on like some tangents here. But I just really feel like in the summer months, it's obviously really hard sometimes to keep our confidence levels up, especially with the people around us and what society tells us is beautiful. I just really want to encourage y'all to just be happy and be happy with who you are. Find your purpose and your value in Christ and what he says about you and who he made you to be, and not what everybody else tells you to be. But yeah, this video is probably a disaster and I really need to stop rambling, but I just wanted to tell y'all that I love all of you and I think you are all so beautiful, and let's just be happy and let's not continue to be insecure. Let's just be confident, and I feel like confidence just radiates, especially when you find your value in Christ. So I'm gonna stop. You guys for watching this video. I love y'all all so much, and you are all so beautiful, and don't you forget it.